Hi everyone, Tatiana is here. Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to take you through my process of learning a new song on the bass guitar for band practice. Last year I came to a band that gave me a list of about 16 new songs to learn straight away, and during a few months they added many more songs to their repertoire. So I needed to find out a quick and effective way to learn many new songs. Here it is for you. I figured out 7 steps of learning a new song on the bass guitar. I actually believe that these 7 steps work not only for the bass guitar but for many other instruments. But if you are watching this video, you are likely a bass player, aren't you? So am I. I'm going to talk about bass parts for covers, when the bass parts already exist and you don't need to create your own ones. Whether you are just starting out or you are looking for a more structured way of learning songs on the bass, these 7 steps will help you to lock in the groove quickly and confidently. The first thing I do is listening to the song without playing. I just focus on the overall groove, the feeling and the structure. This helps me understand the dynamics and mood of the song before I even touch the bass. Next, I figure out the key and the chords. This helps me predict which notes will likely appear in my part throughout the song. Often you can find the chords published online and take them for free. If I can't find them, I figure them out myself, using my bass and playing along with the song, just the root tones, to figure out how the chords change. Then I write them down. Here is an important moment. Sometimes your band would like to play the same song in a different key, not like the original song. So in this case you will need to transpose all your part and all the chords up or down. For example, if the song is in A major key and your vocalist says that it's too low for him or for her, you will need to lift it up, maybe play it in B. This is A, so you will need to play it in B major or even the C major key. Or if the vocalist says that it's too high, you will need to put everything down. So instead of playing it in A major, you will need to transpose everything to G major or F major. However, even if you have to transpose everything, it's better to start learning the song in the original key and transpose it later. I think I will have to make another video about transposition. It's an interesting thing to do. Now I listen to the song again, focusing on the harmonic structure. I might play along with my bass just the root tones as the chord change to map it up. This step is all about understanding the backbone of the song. Now comes the fun part, learning the actual bass riff. I listen to the song in short snippets, often pressing stop and repeating the section again and again until I can hear and play the same bass line accurately. I also write it down on paper, which helps me later during band practice. Of course, all people are different, and some of you maybe can memorize dozens of new parts just straight away, but I'm not like those people, and I don't rely on my memory, especially when I have to learn many new songs at once, so I do write it all down. Some people like using video manuals on YouTube with notation and tabs or with just tabs, and this is how they learn new songs. You can do it, of course, and this makes the process pretty fast because you don't need to figure out all the bass movements by ear, but you just need to remember a few things. First, that bass player on YouTube might get it all wrong. It happens. Second, you still need to memorize or better write down everything what's played, the chords, the riff, the structure, because during the band practice you are less likely able to use the video manuals, right? You need to play with real guys. And third, if you learn a song using just tabs and your band decides to change the key and transpose everything up or down, all the tabs you learned are useless. It is much better to use notation or the chord charts to put your parts up or down. If the bass part repeats in each verse or chorus, I simplify my notes. Instead of writing every note and every bar down, I can write something like intro 2 6 times, or chorus again and chorus again, or intro 1 many times, until my band decides to stop finally. As I write it down for myself only, sometimes my notes become pretty messy, and this is not good, because then I can get confused about what's actually written. So you can learn from my mistakes. The more accurately you do this, the better. Bassists often vary their riff slightly throughout the song. I don't usually write down every variation. I just play it and make my own slight changes while keeping close to the original. Once I have the bass part down, I play it along with the audio track a few times. I stop it if I need to and play it again. I practice the challenging places without the audio track and then with it. This helps me tighten up my timing and phrasing. I make sure I'm comfortable and confident enough before heading into band practice. One day, my daughter, who was something like 5 years old, asked me, "Mom, why do you practice the bass? You already know how to play it." I kinda do, but we all need to practice. And that's it. After these 7 steps, I'm ready to play that song in a band. Some songs take longer to figure out, but the others take just a few minutes. I hope this breakdown helps you learn new songs on bass faster and more efficiently. What's your process of learning new songs on the bass? Let me know in the comments. If you are interested, here is the playlist of my videos, which is called Bass Tips. You might find some useful tips there. And don't forget to like and subscribe if you want for more bass tips and lessons. Happy grooving! See you next time!